Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Undoubtedly, this movie is one of the best post-apocalyptic action movies of 2024. A desert wasteland where everyone is fighting for the last remaining sources of water, food, weapons, and gasoline. Anything is possible in this land. This movie is the missing link between Mad Max, Fury Road, and Mad Max game. By watching this movie, you will know the past of Imperator Furiosa and also the story of her first meeting with the repairman, Chew Mucket. It is the fifth installment in the Mad Max franchise, serving as a prequel and spin-off to Mad Max, Fury Road 2015, focusing on the character Imperator Furiosa. The film stars Anya Taylor-Joy and Alala Brown as younger versions of Furiosa, alongside Chris Hemsworth and Tom Burke. After its screening at the Cannes Film Festival, this film attracted attention and was called the best action movie of the last decade. This movie is one of the best spin-offs that completes the story of the previous movie. Chris Hemsworth said that makeup for this film was one of the strangest and most difficult experiences of my acting career, and makeup for the role of Dr. Dementis used to spend 4 hours a day. Anya Taylor-Joy only has 30 lines of dialogue in Fury Road prequel Furiosa, despite the Mad Max movie's 2.5-hour runtime. And this movie is a real action. Because the director believes that the dialogue slows down the film, and he wants the audience to feel the maximum pleasure of watching an action film. Furiosa was originally intended to be an anime prequel movie, giving it a unique spin on the Mad Max franchise's world building. Challenges during pre-production, including delays and legal disputes, shaped Furiosa's transformation into a live-action film. It's inspired by a classic gangster film. The director of the film, George Miller, is a fan of Godfather, Part 2, and made his film inspired by that movie. The director said, "I'm not saying they're the same films by any means, but it goes back to the childhood and earlier days of Don Corleone and gives you a chance to see how he turns into the character that you already know." Anya Taylor-Joy learned to drive on the set of the film. One of the longest sequences of this movie took 78 days to shoot. George Miller said, "One 15-minute sequence which took us 78 days to shoot and required 200 stunt people on set daily." Playing the role of Furiosa, Anya Taylor-Joy was able to understand a new dimension of herself and experience female anger. Chris Hemsworth was supposed to audition for Fury Road, but it never happened and Tom Hardy took over the role. But after watching Chris Hemsworth play Thor, George Miller invited him to star in his new film. According to critics, Chris has shown one of his most brilliant performances in this film. Chris Hemsworth said writer-director George Miller hired ex-criminals as supporting artists on his upcoming action blockbuster Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, which launched its first trailer last week at Brazilian Comic-Con event, CCXP, or Certified Customer Experience Professional. Shot over 8 months, the film employed more than 3,000 people and is Australia's most expensive film to date, with the production costing $333.2 million. $175 million offered via the New South Wales government, in addition to offsets from the federal government. Since this film shows the change of the main character due to time and problems and the story is about the power struggle in a desert wasteland over resources, it has many similarities and points in common with the movie Dune. So, if you are interested in the Mad Max movie series or Mad Max game, if you're a fan of action or post-apocalyptic movies, and if you enjoyed watching the Dune movie, I recommend you to watch this movie.